Hey guys, how we doing tonight? Welcome to episode 13 of Road Signs. I haven't been on in about a week. I haven't put up anything, posted anything in about a week. Reason being is I probably sounded like a zombie. If you talked to me over the past couple of days, really bad coughing and scratchy throat and stuff like that, and just generally stuff that's not nice to see on a video on YouTube, right? But I figured I didn't want to go more than a week without popping up and saying something, because I know you all love my delightful demeanor and can't go a week without me. That is not true at all. I am not nearly that full of myself. My name isn't Spinnernet. Anyways, not much more can be said for WrestleMania for like the main event matches. Triple H and Undertaker is what it is. Orton and Punk is what it is. Del Rio and Edge is what it is. Cena, Miz, with The Rock doing whatever he's going to do, is what it is. So we have to talk about now the odds and ends that get thrown in, the dictionary definition non-main events, right? And of course the first one is Cole and Lawler, because Cole and Lawler it's gonna be an amazing joke. Fuck off. Why do I get texts while I'm doing other shit? Cole and Lawler is going to be the dictionary definition non-main event. Cole as a heel, we've bitched about Cole being a heel since he started doing it. He's kind of taken heel to an art form though, so I have to give him some credit for that. Hopefully it's intentional, and hopefully it's not just him being a douchebag and letting his true douchebag self shine through. He's got the coal mine, which is that stupid little plexiglass cage thing around his announce table. And you know what? It's lame and everybody thinks it's atrocious and horrible. But as a heel move, as like a cheap, nerdy heel move, it's pretty fucking brilliant. Now, I've said before in other videos, especially pertaining to things like the Elimination Chamber, the Royal Rumble, Championship Scramble and all that, you don't want to have just a big pile of people. Unless it's a match like this, which is just going to be stupidness. We remember what happened, Bret Hart and Vince McMahon last year, with the entire Hart family beating the shit out of Vince. Was it a match? No. Was it, dictionary definition, psychology, classic? Absolutely not. It was the entire Hart Foundation, or Hart family, rather, sorry, giving Vince McMahon a beating that was 13 years overdue, and we all loved it. This match is going to be a pile of people too, because let's think, okay, first of all, we've got Michael Cole and Jerry Lawler in the match, which is funny enough, because you got two commentators trying to beat the hell out of each other. All due respect to Jerry Lawler, but he's a little past his due date as a day-to-day in-ring performer, right? You got Austin as the ref. You've got Swagger in Michael Cole's corner, which I'm pretty sure is only so that he had something to do at WrestleMania. You've got JR who could come in and interfere, because it's not really WrestleMania without JR, and Michael Cole's spent a million years putting down JR since he's been a heel, and plus the bullshit on Raw this week with Michael Cole putting JR in the ankle lock. Lame. You got JBL, who was supposed to be the referee and got fucked out of the deal, kind of, so you don't know if he'll show up. You got Brian Christopher. Jesus Christ. They brought out Brian Christopher to put down his dad. Again, I'm going to give a cheap plug to Right After Wrestling on Sirius Radio, which I listen to a lot, with a guy named Ardo Cal and former WWE referee Jimmy Corderas. And they said it, and I knew they couldn't say it on TV when they did the TV version of the show, but they said it on the radio, and it was just like, what did anybody care that Grandmaster Sexy was there? No, because he looked like Dusty Rhodes on a crack binge. That's their words. They're on the radio, and Jimmy Corderas knows the kid. And it's like, There's also a rumor that because Swagger is in Michael Cole's corner, that Jimmy Hart, of all people, is going to come and be in Jerry Lawler's corner, which would be cool. The last thing I have to say, the last possibility that nobody else has really mentioned, is Other than Jerry Lawler, there's two other commentators that have also been putting up with Michael Cole's crap. There's Booker T, who used to be an in-ring competitor, and there's Josh Matthews, who was on Tough Enough and then had one or two matches in the WWE. So I wouldn't put it past them to get involved. So you've got Cole, Lawler, Swagger, Austin, JR, JBL, Brian Christopher, Jimmy Hart, and Josh Matthews and Booker T. There's 11 people potentially involved in this one-on-one match. I don't like Michael Cole. Okay, obviously they're doing it to boost his ego and whatever. The fact that he keeps going around calling his match the main event of WrestleMania, it's a bit much. It buries all the other good matches that are going to be out there. I'm sorry. Under the streak match and the two title matches aren't going to be the best matches on this card. They're going to be awesome, I think. I hope. But they're not going to be the best match. For my money, the best match on this card, bar none, is going to be Punk and Orton. Will I be proven wrong? Maybe, and if I watch the show and I believe I've been proven wrong, I will freely come on here and admit it. But if I don't think I am, and other people just say, hey, you were wrong because I thought this was better and I don't agree with you, then I'm not going to come here and agree with you, because I don't. Anyways, the other match that just got thrown in here, Trish Stratus, Snooki from Jersey Shore, and John Morrison versus Dolph Ziggler and LayCool. Now, when I first started doing the road signs installments for you guys 13 episodes ago, I had said from day one, the Divas division has gone down the toilet. You know, can't say much about the Knockouts division in TNA either, but there's not very much to get us legitimately excited in women's wrestling right now. The only match I would have given a shit about in the women's division for WrestleMania would have been Beth Phoenix and Natalya Neidhart. Unfortunately, they've been absolutely buried. So here we go. They're not doing Money in the Bank this year, which is really, really sad, because A, I think it's becoming one of the more popular staples of WrestleMania. B, John Morrison and Dolph Ziggler could have shone like bright fucking stars in Money in the Bank this year, because I think they could have gotten it back down to a decent number. Like friggin' last year or the year before, whatever, when they had like 10 people, was ridiculous. But this year they could have had, you know, Ziggler, Morrison, Bourne, Christian, Kofi Kingston, and it would have been good. It would have been a brilliant way for them to introduce Sin Cara. I got nothing else, but it would have been a brilliant way for them to introduce Sin Cara. Would I have liked it if they brought him in and had him win as a new guy in the WWE? Absolutely not. Let him come in, let him show what he can do. It's a perfect platform to do it. But they're not doing Money in the Bank now. So, as I've said a million times before, I'm a big, huge, gigantic mark for John Morrison. Not so much Dolph Ziggler, but I've got a lot of respect for Dolph Ziggler, and my respect for him has grown sort of the later end of 2010 going into 2011. So these guys, I would have been quite happy. I would have been, you know, borderline excited to see these guys one-on-one. You know, leave the ladies out of it, whatever. One-on-one, or to have them go for their respective titles. Like, there's no, as far as we know yet, I mean, Sheamus and Daniel Bryan have some sort of rivalry starting up now. And Kofi Kingston really isn't doing anything with his Intercontinental title. But as far as we know right now, there's no Intercontinental title or US title matches at WrestleMania. Have one of them go for a belt, because both of them deserve world title belts. Dolph Ziggler shouldn't have got the world title the way he got it with Vicky, but both of these guys deserve to be world champions, as far as I'm concerned. So one-on-one match, they could have been quite happy. But Trish Stratus is in. Trish Stratus, even though she's temporarily back, I do not believe for a second that she's going to come back to full-time competition, and she shouldn't. She retired. She had her 7 or 8 women's champions, and let her do it. But her coming back, for a little bit anyways, brings a little more legitimacy and a little bit more excitement to the women's division. So if we really want Trish Stratus to be in this match, as much as it pains me to say, I would have loved to have seen Trish Stratus and John Morrison versus Dolph Ziggler and Vicky Guerrero, only for the sake we would have had Vicky Guerrero get owned by Trish Stratus. LayCool is fucking useless. I'm sorry. I know some people think Michelle McCool's hot and whatever. Layla's not hard to look at, but they're both fucking useless. If you want to brag about how hot they are, let them go bob on knob while some good wrestlers do some good wrestling. And Snooki, really? Really? There are other people that live in the same dwelling that I live in that watch Jersey Shore. I've caught 5 minutes of one episode once, and that was 4 minutes and 69 seconds too long for me. Yeah, bad math, I'm aware. That's how dumb it made me. I'm sorry, you want to sit there and grab a celebrity? I know, I'm not an idiot. I know that they're doing this to get the TMZ attention, to get the mass media attention, and a big set of new eyeballs on WrestleMania. I get that. You want to bring in a new hot celebrity, bring in Nev Campbell, bring in Michelle Rodriguez. I don't fucking know. Bring in, what the hell is her name? Resident Evil girl. I can't think of her name right now, even though all the movies are sitting up there. But you sit here and you brag about this super, super hot chick that I'd never seen until she stepped out on the stage on Monday Night. And here's a fucking little midget chick that looks like Susan Boyle's ass after a bad taco, and she's supposedly the hottest shit ever, and she's got a match at No. And she's on the same team as Trish Stratus and John Morrison, which means I have to cheer for her team with my fist in my mouth because I don't want to cheer for her. So like I say, there are elements of this match that make me say that it shouldn't even happen, and there's elements of the match that I'm looking forward to. So where does that leave us? I don't really know. But this is the time where they build up the undercard. We've got 4 main event matches, plus all the Rock bullshit. But you can't have an entire pay-per-view of main events. You have to have those matches that get the crowd going. So we've got Cole and Lawler, which is going to be a comical debacle. We know this. That's what we're watching it for. We've got... and it's even being billed as Team Snooki versus Team Dolphin. That... Oh, I hope this match is good. I hope it's like elimination and she's the first one eliminated. But other than that, I don't know what to say. Like I say, I hope they confirm a rematch between Sheamus and Daniel Bryan for the U.S. title. That deserves to be at WrestleMania for sure. I hope they give Kofi Kingston something to do, because he's a guy that shouldn't be overlooked. Like I said in my very first video that I ever did on this channel, guys like Kofi Kingston are the reason we need a cruiserweight division again. You know, you've got Rey Mysterio, you've got Evan Bourne, you're bringing in this guy Sin Cara, who's supposed to have sort of like the same appeal as a Rey Mysterio. WWE has gone through stages and phases of having that sort of luchador style match. They could do it again. 1 or 2 more matches and we've got a nice, decent, full card. At the beginning of Road Signs, I was looking around what we had in the WWE at the moment, thinking that there was nothing that was going to get me that excited this year. The Miz and Cena thing is just going to be all flash and hype. We need a match like that. As long as the Nexus doesn't get involved, CM Punk and Orton are going to have a nice, decent, intense match. We need that. A little more background, a little more history. You've got Undertaker and Triple H's story. You've got the brand new guy, or sort of like the Miz a couple months ago, in Alberto Del Rio, who's like the new firecracker. That's, you know, shows up on the scene, wins the Rumble, and he goes to Mania and has a big Cinderella story. I'm not particularly fond of him, but I can see the appeal in a story like that. I don't know what else they can add, really. They're, like I say, Kofi Kingston doesn't have anything to do, which means there's no Intercontinental title match. There was some bullshit with the tag team titles tonight with Kane and the Big Show. So I really hope that's not something that happens at WrestleMania. But I read a rumor. I don't remember where. I think it was on Facebook. That Big Show, Kane, Kofi Kingston, and Christian were gonna face the Core. And I like Kofi. I like Christian, and I like Gabriel. The other 5 people in that match I don't give a shit about. So please don't waste my WrestleMania time with a match like that. They'll probably throw on another something stupid. Yeah, we are within 2 weeks, guys. I think they said I think if I do my math correctly, there's 16 days left. How much more can they throw into this before WrestleMania? Oh yes, are we excited? I am excited. I don't sound like it. I sound like shit, like I did on my last video. I'm very sorry for that. If you've made it this far, you are my new champions, my new heroes, and you guys need to have a good night. I've been Spaz. Subscribe up there, talk down there. Please let me know what you think, and have a good weekend.